Who's going to tell Trump that the official language of Liberia is English? Who's going to tell him?
Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by supporting your girl on this channel. So all credit goes to the creators in these videos. And guys, in today's video, it seems that there is always something to unpack in the United States. I mean, each day comes with a different drama, and this drama you're about to see.
Have you
Let's
guys
watch these
seen the
videos.
video of your President Trump asking the president of Liberia where he learned to speak English so beautifully, so well? He speaks better than a lot of people around the table. Like, why this man keep going around the world to different meetings, or even if he wasn't out of the country? But this is embarrassing. Like, who briefed him before the meeting? Like, who is at the side of President Trump? Who gave him the briefing? Like, you have to tell him that Liberia's language, first language, is English. He shouldn't be sitting at a round table saying these stuff, embarrassing himself and the country. Like, you speak so beautifully. Where you learn this? Like, where were you educated? Like, what the fuck? Educated where? This is his language. The fuck? When this
So
was
Donald Trump has the president of Liberia at the White House. And can we have one day in this country where Donald Trump doesn't embarrass all Americans on a world stage in front of everybody? One day. Can one day go by? Donald Trump has the president of Liberia in the White House, and he looks at this guy dead ass in his face and says, "Oh, you speak such good English. Where'd you go to school at? You speak such good English." To the president of Liberia. What is the point of having 1,000 advisors around you? What is the point of having all these advisors if no one is going to give you a rundown of who the people you're meeting are before you meet him? I understand the president is functionally illiterate, and I understand he has no sense of history, but the official language of Liberia is English. Do you know why? Could somebody at the White House please explain to him why the official language of Liberia is English? Are you kidding me, dude? How embarrassing.
Trump just reminded the world that he has the cultural awareness of a potato. At a White House lunch with African leaders today, Trump decided to compliment Liberia's President Joseph Boakai on his beautiful English. Then Trump asked him 3 times where he possibly could have learned such good English. Spoiler alert, English is literally Liberia's official language. The country was founded by free and formerly enslaved black Americans. It's been independent since 1847, about 170 years before Trump figured out how to read a teleprompter. But Trump couldn't let it go. Where, he pressed, were you educated? And Boakai, I'm probably not saying his name correctly, who once walked 300 miles to get an education, politely humored Trump instead of flipping the damn table on him. This is also the guy who once complained he couldn't understand an Indian reporter speaking English, so naturally Trump asked for a translator. Because after all, why learn about the world when you can just be the loudest guy in the room?
Well, thank you. It's such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where? In Liberia. Yes, sir. Well, that's very interesting. It's beautiful English.
There's a lot to unpack here. Donald Trump not knowing that the main language spoken in Liberia is English, or the fact that I'm willing to bet that Donald Trump doesn't know why the main language spoken in Liberia is English. The country of Liberia, as we know it, did not exist until 1822. That's because of an institution in America called the American Colonization Society. This plot of land would be where freed black people would be sent from America back to Africa. Because freed black people presented a problem both to pro-slavery Americans and anti-slavery Americans. The presence of free black people would be a threat to slave owners. Their presence could be a catalyst to a slave revolt. People who were ambivalent or even opposed to slavery saw freed black people as a threat and useless. Thousands of freed black people would be shipped over to Liberia. Mind you, there were already indigenous people living here, but America didn't care. So long story short, this is why in Liberia they mostly speak English, their flag is strikingly similar to the United States flag, and why their capital is Monrovia. Because when Liberia was founded, James Monroe was the
Imagine
United States president.
using improper English to tell somebody they speak good English. What is good English? Donald Trump is the most illiterate president in the world right now. I'm a Liberian, and our official language in Liberia is English. He should know that because of Liberia's relationship with America. But then again, we don't expect him to know because he's ignorant. Just because somebody has an accent does not mean they speak incorrect English as he does. This man uses double negative, Liberian will say, literally in every sentence. Huge, humongous, big, the same, literally in the same sentence. I will say triple negative instead of double negative. My mom calls that with her Liberian accent, and I know English. When my mom asks you a question and you say, and I know, she's going to be like, what is that? What is that? We grow up speaking proper English. He never learned proper English. He makes America shame every stage he gets on the public stage. My 9-year-old daughter speaks proper English than he does.
So Donald Trump just pulled the equivalent of "you speak so articulately" to the president of Liberia.
You had such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully?
In Liberia. He learned in Liberia because the official language of Liberia is English.
Where were you educated? Where?
In Liberia. He was educated in Liberia. Somebody on your staff needs to get a severe talking to today, because how did they not tell you this? It's a 2-second Google search. It's also important to note that Liberia was founded by freed American slaves, which is its own separate topic. Also, Americans have to stop being so surprised that people from other countries speak English so well. Hundreds of millions of people around the world speak their native language and English. It's like that in Iran too. My parents, for example, were learning how to speak English in the 60s and 70s before they even immigrated to America. America is actually the weirdo in this scenario, where it's like an anomaly to speak another language. And then people who do speak English with an accent are oftentimes looked down upon or thought of as stupid just because they have an accent. An accent doesn't mean you're stupid or less than or uneducated. It just means that you speak multiple languages. Anyway, you got to have some sort of a staff meeting, Donald, because that was unacceptable.
Always act surprised when they get around a black educated person. Trump just asked the president of Liberia where he learned English at. That's literally just another way of saying you speak too well for a black man. I think what pissed me off the most is that the president of Liberia didn't even say nothing. He literally laughed about it. That shit's not fucking funny. You need to correct his ass and let him know his fucking history. Liberia was founded in the 1800s by freed black folks. I believe English is their first language. That question was fucking disrespectful.
Embarrassing. Donald Trump met with the president of Liberia today and decided to give him a compliment.
Well, thank you. It's such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. It's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well.
Very good, sir. Thank you.
The language of Liberia is English. They speak English in Liberia. Maybe that's why he's so good at speaking English. Certainly talks better than Donald Trump does. All the people are like, Donald Trump's not a racist. When has he ever been racist? Here's one. Here's an example. And if you were like, no, you're one of those people who thinks that racism and all of those things like misogyny and bigotry and homophobia are like on-off switches. It's black or it's white, and there's no room in the middle, and that's not how any of that works. It's a spectrum. Best example that I've heard is it's like a gas tank, and you got to work to keep the tank on empty. But even if you had an empty gas tank, it was like, hey, you got any gas in your tank? And you're like, no. And I said, you want to light a match and drop it in there? You'd be like, no, there's still fumes. Fumes either way, right? Got to work on it. But saying that was pretty openly fucking gross. So, par for the course for this turd.